Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show, and Amanda Bouillet is the fastest producer in the studio.
I saw it tuck and roll over there. That was amazing.
How she dove in the full stretched out hand to get to the button that got the camera working. Yes, that was rather amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
And in purple, no less. Did the entire thing in purple.
I'm in purple today. Hi.
All right. We're going to, topic for today is South American countries for 100.
Ay, porque en tanto el mundo les hablando conmigo. Yes, let's go.
Countries today. American
What day
countries.
is it? Why are you here?
I know, it's an odd day, yes. In order for me to actually have
An odd man on an odd day.
Yeah, very fun.
It all works out.
It's no secret. Everyone knows I'm going to Meredith Mason's comedy show tomorrow night in Jacksonville. I'm going to be in the audience, and she'll be heckling me. It'll be so much fun. But yeah,
so cool.
It's my famous friend. I'm very excited to go.
That's
it's very
exciting.
fun.
Are you getting the heckle or the shout out?
I'm getting the heckle.
Are you getting a heckle shout out?
I'm getting a heckle. Definitely. I am in a room full of just housewives and just ready to like tear into everybody. Yeah, Meredith show is a throwdown. It's gonna be fun.
What are you wearing?
Good question.
The Go Taylor Swift's boyfriend sweatshirt.
Oh, this is my Blake Blevins holiday special.
Yes.
Yes, and it says on the back. No one could see the back of the morning show. Do you see that?
Go Taylor's boyfriend.
How nice.
It's so...
Blake Blevins.
We had to watch
choice.
it last night.
What?
We had to watch the end of the game. That was all we had time for.
Has anybody
but it was
done
fantastic.
a wellness check on Susan Johnson?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
And I know Pete doesn't care.
No, he doesn't really care.
Pete could care less.
Only Florida Man games. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
He cared about
that's
Florida
it.
Man games, and that's it.
Yeah.
The Bills quarterback, oh my word, it broke my heart. He was just so devastated, and it was so sad. And I'm just sitting here like, you know, I mean, competition, there's always a winner, there's always a loser, but they showed his heartbroken face so many times.
They shouldn't have done that.
At the end.
That's ignorant.
My mama heart is like, oh, that poor boy. He's like a child. I just need to give him a hug.
There's this
so sad.
scene in Talladega Nights where Ricky Bobby's friend asks him, do you mind if I win once in a while? And he's like, I thought maybe you could like swing shot me. You'll slingshot me. He's like, Kyle, why would I do that? Well, I thought I could win. Well, Kyle, if you're winning, I ain't winning. And I'm a winner, Kyle. He's
I'm
like,
a winner.
Oh, okay. I guess I shouldn't have asked that. Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking, Kyle. So they had that as the Josh Allen Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. And I was like, oh, that's just so true. So true, so cold, and yet so funny all at the same time.
Yeah. It was sad. I mean, happy for the Chiefs. Davey's like, whatever.
I'm like, why? Okay, like, yeah, there's a winner, there's a loser. It's going to happen. But yeah, we won.
But yeah, we won.
So proud of my team.
So how many days?
How long you have been a Chiefs fan?
No.
Only a few years. I was one of those that rode the Taylor Swift wave.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. Yeah. But I really enjoyed the football Americano.
Yes.
I just want to let Kansas City Chief fans know that the minute that Travis retires and
it's over.
she
I'm
stops
done.
going to the game,
Not watching.
the romance is gone.
I'll go back to
you
the
want
Eagles.
to talk about the greatest breakup in American history? It'll be bigger than any breakup they've ever done. On
Of
TV.
course.
What?
They're all nervous that Travis is going to retire.
No, he's saying that the second he retires, they're going to break up.
I'm done
Swift
watching.
and-
Yeah.
Not the fans. Taylor and Travis are going to break up.
You misread me. I don't really care when Taylor and Travis break up. I'm just simply saying when Taylor stops going to the games, this whole new legion of Chief fans is done.
I'm done.
They're done.
I'm going back to the Eagles.
Well,
whoever's like on the
that's
number
not
one.
how you pronounce that.
Eagles.
Thank you.
E-A-G-L-E.
They have fully embraced the meme. Like Philly Facebook pages were saying, "Go Eagles." It's hilarious. But I think that Travis is just waiting for the three-peat. Like he just wants.
Yeah. Why wouldn't
he just
you?
wants the three-peat and then he's going to retire. I can't imagine he would. If they win the Super Bowl, I can't imagine he's going to play another season.
This is the first time that a team has been there 3 times in a row with a chance to win all 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots were there 3 in a row and won the first one, lost second one, won the third one.
Right, sporadic.
And then you had teams that had two-peated, they repeated, but they could never get to the Super Bowl again. So this is kind of, they've already set a record for being a team that is going fast.
Consistency, it's what it's called.
Do you know how many single score games they have won in a row? Games that could be decided by one score. 17.
Oh. Are you counting the away games or just the home games?
The fact that you knew there were away and home games, I'm really impressed.
I get a little
I didn't know you knew that. I give you a point just for that, Davey.
C students need love. Yes.
Oh, my God.
I don't get points for knowing stuff like that.
Okay, you're smarty pants and you always screw up the curve in every class. Oh,
not with sports.
Really?
Yes. Terrible with sports.
I'm good with figure skating. Surya Bonali, remember her? She'd do the backflip, and back in the day, she was amazing.
It was a figure skater that bait and switched me to go to the gay club for the drag show for the first time.
Love that person.
Yes,
she have the number?
he invited me.
Single?
No, he was single at the time, but that was like 20 years ago. He invited me, and then he bailed as we're driving there, and we're like
that's my
an hour hour away. So it's like, while I'm not bailing now, I'm just gonna go. So
probably ADD. You gotta forgive.
He made you drive by yourself?
It was a whole crew of us.
Okay.
So I was driving one car, and he was supposed to meet us there and be like the one who showed us into this kingdom of the legitimate culture. And he bailed on us.
That's probably how to
You lost your guide, is what you're saying.
You lost the guide.
The guided tour was over.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
He didn't show up.
It's a hard one.
All right, let's make some money for this show so we can pay everybody.
Word.
Yes, Aber Kresge & Associates, they're a full-service local CPA firm with a team of skilled professionals dedicated to providing top levels of service in the areas of tax compliance, planning for businesses, individuals, estates, and trusts. If you need an audit or review or other accounting services, Bill and Ken can do that for you too. They also do business valuations, forensic analysis, and God forbid you need litigation support, they can do that as well. They do it all at Aber Kresge. They really do have a full service, a local CPA firm. Give them a call, 904-460-0747, Aber Kresge.
Let's step into the world of support and healing with Epic Behavioral Healthcare. For over 50 years, Epic has been a beacon of hope in our community, providing compassionate care for those touched by substance use or mental health disorders. Whether you're a kid, teen, adult, couple, or family, Epic is here to lend a helping hand. With a range of programs tailored to meet diverse needs, Epic offers accessible solutions for everyone. From their walk-in access center to their mobile response team, from inpatient detoxification to outpatient counseling, Epic provides comprehensive care every step of the way. Their services include psychiatric evaluations, medication management, medication-assisted treatment, care coordination, peer support, suicide prevention training, parenting education, and much more. But Epic's impact doesn't stop there. We're proud to be the heartbeat of St. Augustine, coordinating beloved community events like Taste of St. Augustine, the Flower and Garden Expo, Ancient City Kids Day.
Nice.
It's their honor to serve this community, offering help and hope to all those in need. Join us on this journey of empowerment and transformation. Together, we can make a difference. Epic Behavioral Healthcare, where compassion meets commitment.
Troy said that my reads that you have to do are brutal. He said that I was relentless when I wrote them. I think you do a great job.
Thank you. They're longer than his,
drivel. Yeah, exactly.
That's actually 75 weather reports.
Yeah.
Right there. At least 75 weather reports.
Not 150.
Yeah.
Because you forgot the away games. Listen, I got to tell you a direct quote from the Emma Concert Association. Nobody sells more tickets to Emma Concert Association than the Mike Davis Show. I just want to shout that out. That was really awesome. I did get that direct quote. I got it in writing. It's pretty awesome. So save your seats because the next show is Swan Lake by Dance Alive National Ballet on Saturday, March 8th. So save that date. 7:30 p.m. Lewis Auditorium at Flagler College, 14 on Granada Street. We know where that is. Tickets are $40 for adults, $5 for students or children. Tickets include free parking at St. Johns County Council on Aging with a shuttle, which is super nice. So you don't have to really worry about parking. It's a wonderful evening. It's a great date night moment. This is Swan Lake by Dance Alive National Ballet. Very rare to see this in St. Augustine. Saturday, March 8th, 7:30 p.m. Lewis Auditorium.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Right. And South State Bank, the team at South State Bank is a group of bankers that you can count on. Their approach to building long-term relationships with their customers is the best in the business. If you're looking for a banking relationship that you can depend on, check out South State Bank. They've got 3 locations to serve you in St. Augustine, One at State Road 312, one at State Road 16, and my very favorite one, the branch over at the beach, because I don't have to cross a bridge. Or you can visit their website at southstatebank.com. They are a member of the FDIC. Great bank, great people. Love them all. All right. Mm-hmm. So we have all kinds of things. We've got the movie review. What was the movie again?
I'm not.
Well, you can't say it. Were you afraid?
He's just baiting me. He's just doing it to annoy me.
There was a group text amongst us beforehand because I was teasing my co-host that I maybe had not watched.
Oh, we're just so used to that. So it's okay.
We didn't expect him to watch. However,
no, but we saw 1974 and we were like, oh, he probably did see it at one point.
Yeah.
But then the women really, that messed up that curve. See what you did?
Every time.
I loved the movie. I did love the movie.
We're pulling some movies from the Wheel of Destiny. I can tell you.
Yeah, we're doing house cleaning.
Some of those movies are going today.
Yeah.
But we have Blazing Saddles. We have a blazing review of Blazing Saddles. I have lots of things that probably I didn't see the first 100 times I watched it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This was my first time. My first time seeing it.
Really?
I swear on my life, yes. This is my first time seeing it.
I love how he says yes as he nods no. I'm trying to figure out if that's a tell.
You wouldn't believe
that's very Mel Brooks in me, right?
Yes, right?
Yes. So we're looking for that. But before we get there, I promised you South American news.
South American.
For $100. So Colombia played, they played a game with Trump yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uno juego.
A game of chicken.
A game of chicken.
And a game of El Pollo.
Did not end well.
Nice,
El Pollo. Well played.
Nice, well played. Nice.
So they played a little El Pollo with El Presidente. And it was very funny because Trump says, hey, you're going to take them. They said, no, we're not taking our people back. Right? We sent them to you because we didn't want them, and now you brought them back. We don't want them back. There's so much in there about, hey, aren't they Colombians, and shouldn't you be supporting your people? They have no place to be. But apparently, no, leaving your people in the United States is okay for the Colombian president. But the left, when the Colombian president said, we're not accepting them back, went on X and all of these formats. Donald Trump's going to find out.
I know. You F around.
So it was a bait and switch kind of thing?
Well, no, they all were convinced that they put all their stock in a president they didn't know 30 seconds before he said, we're not taking the people. Right? They don't know who he is. They don't know anything about the Colombian relationship with the United States and nothing. But because somebody had stood up to Trump, they're like, that's our guy. Oh my God, he's the best guy ever. And then Trump just said, fine, we're just going to stick you with the biggest tariffs we can find. And we're
25% then.
And we're going to shut down the consulate in no more visa applications for anybody coming out of Colombia.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
We're shutting it all down.
That's spicy.
He was not messing around. So with less than 2 hours, so in other words, an hour and a half after the left had posted all these things celebrating what a great guy this was to stand up to Trump, he is sending his own plane to pick up the illegal immigrants that are in our country.
On second thought, I'll just go get them myself.
Well, you have AOC. The president's going to cause everyone's coffee prices to go up. No, that was Joe Biden. 1. 2, if we don't buy coffee from Colombia, you can buy it from a lot of other countries.
Hawaii. You can buy it from Hawaii.
All of those countries are going to be more than happy to sell the coffee that they have while Colombian coffee sits there on the docks waiting to get sold and moved somewhere. So I do think we're one of the biggest countries in the world that drinks coffee. So I don't think I'd mess with one of your biggest concerns.
Because we fought with the British. That's why.
With the tea.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We quit drinking tea as a nation of mostly British immigrants because we wanted to thumb our nose at the Brits. So we started drinking coffee.
Right.
So that's why.
So now we're going back to tea is what we're saying?
I never left tea. I'm sorry. It's my least patriotic thing.
Are you
I hate coffee.
Tea bagger? Or are you a steeper yourselfer? Like, what do you do here? What's your...
Family size tea bags. I like them big.
So do you put multiple
black tea?
Okay. Big tea bags.
Welcome to Monday's show.
I have had a really hard day, so I might be a little
I have no idea where Barbara Jean is, but she's missing every bit of this.
I know. Is she in this?
Barbara Jean is missing it all.
Oh my goodness.
But no, I just thought it was interesting. America has such a huge economic clout and power. And obviously Biden used none of that. And I also don't know if you guys saw this weekend, Trump was
did he know?
No, he found out.
No.
He found out.
That he was president. That's awesome.
He's like, hey, we got... So Trump's in Vegas, and he's talking to a group of people, and he says, yeah, all these leaders are calling and asking if they can have an appointment to talk to me in 2 months.
Oh, yeah?
And he's like, just put them through. And they're like, what? No, just go ahead and put them through. Well, we would ask with the last president if we could have an appointment in 2 months. And they'd be like, yeah, we'll put you on the calendar. And then he would never call back. And so Biden left all these world leaders without ever calling them back. And now they're overjoyed. He said one of them's a really big leader, You would all know his name. I'm not going to say his name.
A lot of people say the name. I don't say the name.
He was amazed that I just picked up the phone and I talked to him. And then I told him, I said, I got to go. I have other things I have to do.
Yeah.
And he was just so happy he didn't want me to hang up on him.
Wow.
He was laughing and just having a ball. He said, I'm embellishing the story a little bit, but not a lot, just a little bit.
Just to add some sparkle. I feel that.
You didn't realize what you said there, Davey?
No, not at all until now, until Shannon Kelso brought it to my attention. That's how innocent I am.
Yes, exactly.
But tomorrow's big day, right? Isn't there an election going on tomorrow? Something going around town?
There is an election going on tomorrow. I really felt guilty because I haven't paid any attention to it.
No, me neither.
And I usually follow stuff. But then I looked at where I lived on the map.
You don't even count?
You go to Vicky Oak's website, type in your address, and it will tell you where, if you live somewhere, just pick an address anywhere, Amanda, because I don't want them giving up, the castle estate that you and Lou and the kids live in, where you homeschool.
So if you vote, I see. If
so it just shows you where you vote. It'll tell you, are you in or out? If you're in the green zone, you got to go vote. If you're out of the green zone, you don't have to vote. I was out of the green zone, so I don't have to vote.
Okay.
So yeah,
interesting.
So I don't have to worry about this one. But I have no one knows. So I'm assuming all of the ad money and everything is down in Flagler County and down in because we've just got like 4 or 5 precincts at the bottom of the county that
not
count.
very much.
The rest of them.
But what happens when we assume, Mr. Davis?
Usually I make an ass out of myself.
Right.
Not you, because it's impossible to make an ass out of Davey.
No.
You're just too cool.
First of all, well. Big announcement today. I am officially a judge, finally, back on the ballot for the Celtic Parade. Last year, I don't know if you remember, but I was bumped.
You know what happened?
I was bumped. Jessica Clark did not put me on her. No, she doesn't make the decision, but I am with her this year.
You are with her this year.
I'm excited, yes. And Renee Unsworth, of course, which will be fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically everything south of Molasses Junction, which is King Street.
Well, I put in an address, not mine. But this is downtown, so.
Downtown is out of it.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's out.
Who is that interloper?
Who is that guy, the prospector there?
That is a very young version of a Troy Blevins.
Look at this. I'll have to send this to you to show the
before the grandpa beard.
So I knew Troy before he did the facial hair like consistently.
I like this
and
look.
So I recognized that Troy before I met Troy a couple times with the beard before I realized who he was.
I like that look. It looks great. I'll get it to you guys and she'll put it in the show in a second.
Yeah. Bobby, here's the voting precincts that actually vote tomorrow. 303.1, 303.0, 212, 213, 304, 305, 310, 310.1, 309, 308, and 306. Those are the, and 306.1, which is a little tiny one jammed in there as well. So
I don't vote tomorrow.
That's it.
I'm out.
You're out. Davey,
I'm out.
I know you have at least 3 houses in this area, but none of them are your primary
None
residence.
of them, no. And my Lot Lizard Association is safe on this one.
None of them are your primary
I love my
residence.
association. I'm the president.
You're the president of the Homeowners Association?
No, of the Lot Lizard Association.
Okay.
So I deal with all parking lot people.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful culture, and they trust me to lead them into great experiences.
If I'm allowed to work parking lot, I look forward to being one of your minions.
Oh, we have a training manual and everything. Can't wait to show you.
Okay.
First of all, do you park people that come in on lawnmowers? Do you park them in different areas from people that come on bicycles that have bikes from Tampa?
Do you remember the movie Father of the Bride?
Yes.
And they have to park 200 cars on the front lawn.
Remember?
And they get the kids to do it.
Uh-huh.
That's what it's going to look like.
Oh, cool.
That's going to be fantastic. Big local establishment opened today, The Wheel. So remember Cheese Wheel back in the day?
I do.
So now it's The Wheel over, it's new owners.
It's the grandparents, right? Are the grandkids?
I think so. I think that's right.
I think it's the
grandkids. And they're over by the movie theater. Pretty awesome. So that's a big one that everyone's celebrating because that's a locally loved establishment. And it was nice to see that
cool
resurface.
To have the institution.
Yeah.
So, pita sandwiches were the thing in town as a kid. There was Cousin's Sandwich Shop. There was Millie's Sandwich Shop that was downtown.
Yeah.
You had the Cheese Wheel. You had 3 shops that had the pita sandwiches you could get.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, one by one, they all bit the dust over time.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of depressing that there wasn't a good pita sandwich shop. So I'm glad that they are back. And they serve a lot of other things as well.
Fried cheese squares are my jam from there.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those?
No.
Girl, bye. Yes. So you need to have those. But we seem to do that as like a community. Do you notice that? Like we find a trend in town and like then like it's like donuts. Remember when donuts was everywhere?
Oh, yes.
Or cupcake shops. They were everywhere. I mean, obviously Luli's is still the test of time, but like they were everywhere.
Yes.
So like what do people like? I feel like we kill a dessert and then we're like over it.
Well, we also had like specialty bath stuff all over town too.
Right.
We had like 4 or 5 specialty bath
junkie.
things.
I don't want anything junky.
That was never going to work in the South. I mean, people only take a bath on a Saturday. That's a lot of stuff for one day.
Yeah. Some people do. Yeah.
Well, and the donuts, we had a couple really good donut places when I was a kid, and then both of those went out of business. And there was a long drought where Dunkin' Donuts or Publix was the only donut in town.
Yeah. My husband started a tradition with the kids that to get them to pay closer attention during church, he'll quiz them about stuff that happened at church.
Yeah.
And if they can answer, they earn a donut. And they'll like vote on which donut place to go to.
Oh.
And so I'll come home from church because I have to work the next service and they leave before me. I'll come home from church and there'll be a donut box on the
My favorite is
counter.
Peace Love Little Donuts right by you over by church. That's a great one. I love Jen.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cheese Wheel. How about that?
Cheese Wheel.
I'm supposed to remind you something about a comedian football thing.
Comedian football.
Didn't he say that at the top of the show? We're supposed to remind him.
I can't. That's got to be an off-air comment.
Oh, my bad.
That's got to be an off-air.
Kathy.
Listen, no, I can't do that one. That was a comedian from the 1980s. He was actually, he was from the 80s. It was when Bob Hope did the All-American.
Yeah.
He would announce the All-American football team.
Okay.
And players would run out and say where they're from. And he does this whole skit on the different players and the position they played and all this kind of stuff. And I'll get you up to date with that afterwards, Dave.
I'm ready. Yeah. That sounds wonderful.
Kathy ate at the wheel today. She said it was delicious.
Oh, good.
Oh, what did she have?
She had the chicken salad and the cheese bites. I got to try these cheese bites, y'all.
Yeah, it literally, heavenly. They're
Have you ever seen, it's like 100-year-old dating book. And part of how they tell you to approach a girl is to bring her a piece of cheese. To fascinate a woman, present her with a piece of cheese.
So you're saying I was missing this whole time?
Yes.
More cheese. Try more cheese. That'll butch him up. That's so funny.
Well, we learned from Dr. Stephanie, cheese is key to tooth health.
Absolutely. Remember?
Cheese is key.
Shout out Dr. Stephanie.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yep. Peterson's Bakery was the bakery.
Was it?
No doubt about it. Oh, yeah. If you didn't ever get to eat there, you missed out on a St. Augustine experience
never went to
that was
Peterson's.
amazing.
You never went to Pearson?
Amazing. Those donuts were just so good.
Was it even open 21 years ago?
No, I think it was probably gone by then. Yeah, it was a stop. We would go down we'd have swim practice in the morning, and then they wouldn't open the pool for a couple more hours. So our moms were all playing tennis down at the courts at Flaggers. You'd walk down to Peterson's with literally 35 cents. You'd walk out with a chocolate milk and 3 or 4 donuts and maybe a cookie if it was on sale or something.
Yeah.
With 35 cents. And they were the most amazing donuts of all time.
Wow, so 35 cents.
Yeah.
I know.
It'd be $15 today.
I got hustled for $5 because our water main broke at our homeschool community today. And
for $5?
The kids needed to go to the bathroom, and I get this kid like, I'm so hungry and I don't have any money. Can I borrow $5 from you so I can get some snacks? And then I end up having to bring all these teenagers home with me, so I have to order pizza. So,
oh my gosh,
good gracious, I'm at like $120.
You need to have a budget.
I know.
You need to tap into that HOA budget.
I know, right?
Kathy, I was a Peterson's guy. Ozzy's was good.
Yeah.
I knew where Ozzy's was, but
Where's
it was closer
Ozzy's?
to the house. Ozzy's was there's a school in there now. It's across the street from Ace Hardware on San Marco. It's a little building right there, but Ozzy's was right there. And then Peterson's was down where Augie's Pizza is.
Yeah.
That's where Peterson's it was.
That's where the donut experiment exchange or something, remember? Yeah, that was no longer
donut
there.
Experiment.
It was not a good experiment. It did not experiment.
Were they the ones with vegan donuts?
Of course. Yeah. There was Fiction Donuts too. That was over by Marshall's.
I went by there a couple times to try. They were never open.
They were only open half days.
Yeah.
And they hosted us for like fundraisers and stuff, and they would always give us free donut cards to give our kids on their birthdays. So they really supported homeschool families, but
that's good.
Yeah.
The owner is a homeschool dad. So so that was nice. But
the first owner or the second owner? Because he sold it. The first owner.
Yeah, the first owner.
Oh, got it.
The one that
and that was cool. They had this whole like Harry Potter theme. Like it looked cool. It looked cool in there. Yeah.
Right, so really quickly, Wednesday, the hearing of the week.
Wednesday.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Pete Hegseth got confirmed. There were headwinds on that one.
What's blocking him? The bear story?
There's no telling. The video where
he's a Kennedy.
The video where he grabbed the snake. The Diamondback rattlesnake just grabbed it off the pavement. Yeah, it was like, really, dude, seriously, you're that kind of guy? I was like, I don't believe. Well, that's the interesting thing is that Republicans are going to take somebody from the Kennedy clan, which has been seriously Democratic for forever, right, and make him a cabinet official. The Democrats would never vote for Kennedy to be a cabinet official, much less Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi's the other one I hear that's got a little bit of headwind.
I mean, it did create some turmoil in his family, right? Didn't they like?
The sisters ostracized him, or somebody got mad at him. He was, But
his sister was one of my greatest jewelry clients of all time, Caroline Kennedy. That was one of my favorite jewelry moments, and it was a Christmas miracle. She was so freaking classy, you guys. It was like my favorite celebrity moment. She came in like all in a tiffy, and it was this beautiful ruby cross, real quick. And the class.
How many carats?
No.
It was
an estate piece, and it was all cabochon, so it was smooth on the top, so it wasn't real flashy. But she wanted to wear it for Christmas Day, and literally this is Christmas Eve. Yeah. And jewelers are like sweating to get to the finish line. And she's like, look, it's like the class was broken or whatever. She goes, could you figure this out for me? And I'm like, what am I going to do? Tell her no? Yeah. What am I going to say no to Caroline Kennedy? And here I am like this, like no talent, just trying to make it in the streets. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'll figure this out. I moved heaven and earth. And literally, I had to buy like this really expensive bottle of whiskey to convince a jeweler to do it. And it was all the way in Brooklyn. I remember the whole thing. And I got to her house. She was 777 Park Avenue. And I had to stand in the foyer because I couldn't go into the main house, right? She came down the stairs, thanked me so kindly. And I got to save her number in my little Nokia cell phone. But she made me say it was CK. I wasn't allowed to put her full name. It was so cool. And ever since then, she was my great client. It was an awesome moment.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it was an awesome moment.
I found the RFK grabbing a rattlesnake video.
Oh, here's the rattlesnake.
Grabs the rattlesnake and just watch.
So he's like doing a podcast, and someone comes over and says there's a rattlesnake outside, and then he goes out with a bucket and the net, and he's like,
he just reaches out and grabs the rattlesnake.
Well, because the net's not helping him out.
No. I feel like Troy would do this.
I think Troy had to do this to graduate kindergarten.
Right.
He grew up in DeLand. I think this was the like final exam for kindergarten in DeLand.
You got it.
Oh
my in the bucket.
God. Wonderful.
But he definitely
is that a metaphor for the pharmaceutical companies?
Right.
I don't know.
For the Food Administration.
Look, I just think he's an agent of chaos and change, and I think that industry needs a little bit of that.
Holy, can he help? Yeah, please. It's horrible. Well, I mean, obviously, Amanda, you know firsthand. Jeez.
Yeah. It's been a nightmare trying to get on medication because insurance companies don't want to.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say. Yeah.
It's crazy. So I think that they don't want him just because he will shake it up.
Yeah.
And they definitely don't want a Kennedy under the Republican banner doing anything. Oh my word, he's got it in his hands right now.
They have spent millions of dollars.
It's a freaking rattlesnake, y'all.
Millions of dollars to get a status quo, and he's getting ready to shake that up. The guy with the rattlesnake in his hand.
Rattlesnake.
I mean, me, I'd be like, did you grab, if I was a senator, did you grab that rattlesnake with your bare hands? Yes, I did. Confirmed. If you can do that, you can get a hold of this here industry.
That is so macho. Look at him.
Let him go.
He's very butch.
Yes. Very.
Oh my God! Look at the mamacita over there. Yeah.
So the other thing that happened this week is Trump declassified all the RFK files, all the JFK files, and all the Martin Luther King files.
Yes.
To which the Martin Luther King family said, "Hey, we'd like to review them before you release them." Not knowing what's in there, and we'd like to protect our family from any, which I thought was a very
what could be
smart
found
move.
in there would be scandalous.
Well, the FBI did a lot of spying on Martin Luther King, so there's no telling Martin
if he
Luther
had
King
an
Jr.
affair or something.
If he had anything in his life that could be twisted, turned, Hoover's FBI would have done that. And so they just want to see what's in the report before it gets released out.
Fair enough.
Which I think they should have a right to do that. But anyway, at the signing, Trump signs the thing, puts the pen down, picks it back up, and says, "Make sure you give this pen to RFK Jr." And I was like, he's just a rock star right now.
Yeah.
He's just rolling and having fun.
And then one of the Kennedy grandsons, I think, was like so appalled by this and went on Twitter or X or whatever and had a little bit of a hissy fit, and it did not go the way he expected. He did not appreciate the responses he got.
Yeah, wrong platform, Buster.
Yeah, probably.
Try blue sky.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you're going to get really lonely there too.
It's just the blue sky. It's a frontier.
Blue sky,
I saw a message today. One of my friends is leaving all platforms and going over there. I'm like, okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Guys, I did something real stupid.
Oh, no.
Oh, I did something
What did you do?
real stupid,
Did you
y'all.
comment on something?
No, I'm not that stupid.
You signed up to do the parking lot at Florida Man games?
No, but that was already given. Yeah. Oh God, this is horrible. I deleted TikTok off of my phone.
That sounds smart.
It's not smart at all because you can't get it back. I mean, it's gone. I gotta wait in like this waiting list that is like centuries long.
You can't get it from the cloud.
You can't get it from the cloud. You can't reverse your phone. You can't. And it's like once you delete it, it's gone. You can have it if it's on your phone. Like Pete even looked at me and goes, "You really did that?" I'm like, "I'm so stupid."
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
Because it was over.
Well, first of all,
that's what I thought. I was like, free up some megabytes. Like anybody would have thought.
So for me, why did you sign up for it in the first place?
I mean, no, it was fine. It was a good. I didn't really participate. I was more of a voyeur.
Chinese know everything about you, Davey.
Oh, I don't care. Please, I have nothing to hide. Good gracious, what?
You're a lurker.
Yeah, I was because it was like friends sharing funny things back and forth. That's all it was. It was just nice stuff. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. I'm not losing sleep over it, but I was stupid to delete it. Yeah, because you can't get it. And now you always want something you can't have.
Yeah.
And so now I keep like refreshing the app screen and like, sorry, ByteDance is not eligible at this time. I'm like, oh, it stinks. But they're selling these phones. It's a phone that has TikTok because there's other people like for thousands of dollars on eBay.
They have TikTok.
It's like $2,000 for one.
What
of these
was that?
phones.
There was like an Angry Birds. The company that made Angry Birds put out a Flappy Bird game or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
it went completely insane. And it was just this, it wasn't the company that did Angry Birds. It was just this dude. And the game like went so crazy that he went from being, middle class anonymous dude to suddenly like all
Flappy
eyes
Bird.
on him.
Yeah.
And he was super wealthy. And he like freaked out and shut down the whole app, and people lost their mind. They did the same thing. They were selling phones because you could continue to play it if you had it on your phone,
right? But
you couldn't download it, and so people were selling for like thousands of dollars phones with Flappy Bird.
So now there's a new program called, what is it? Red Notes, and they're really nice.
It's even worse.
Welcome, American. Like they're really nice when you sign into the app. They're like, "Hello, David. What would you like to talk about today?"
You know what you agreed to in that?
No idea.
So it's
delete again.
You had to agree.
I'm in broadcasting. I need to know.
You had to agree with the tenets of communism, and you had to subvert your rights to the CCP.
Oh, great!
That's in the terms.
Sounds wonderful. So don't be traveling to China anytime soon. Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I think you're giving 10% of your bank account to them too weekly.
How can they even prove that it's
to
me?
the big guy?
They didn't scan my retina.
All right, so
they got everything from ByteDance. They know you.
They know you, David. They have all those pictures from Mexico too.
Oh, good. I look skinny. Perfect.
And tan.
They're all touched up. Yeah, today. Very
touched.
Yeah.
You just keep going there today, don't you?
We've got a movie
We did
talk about,
yes,
right?
We did.
Really?
Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
1974.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of observations.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot, but I'm going to kind of save them other than one.
Okay.
I think I counted how many minutes it took for Mel Brooks to insult every single ethnic group. I think it was slightly under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I think he got every ethnic group in there in the first 10 minutes.
At least the known ones at the time.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because the dancing at the railroads, the tracks, I think was like my first taste of this movie. I'm like, oh, we're going there. Okay.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I found funny, though, is the group that he portrayed as the dumbest throughout the entire movie was the white men in the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just hilarious because you're like, yes, I'm making fun of everyone else, but the dumbest characters in the movie are the white men in the movie, followed by the white women in the movie. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, because the town, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where they. That's
all
what they
the
believed
Johnsons.
in. Yeah, all the Johnsons. That's
All of
right.
the inbred
when it was
Johnsons.
on the wall. Yeah.
Yes.
All the Johnsons. And when they were writing the governor, that they were disheartened and displeased or whatever. It was
So,
just
what
funny.
was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh, the fooling at the end when they built the crazy fake town and got them all. It was just, it was, I gotta admit, I didn't like the movie.
Down. It's not going to be ready in time. I got an idea. Anybody got any nickels?
Dimes. It was dimes. It was
It
dimes.
was funny.
Did you watch the movie? Or are you just faking this?
I watched it so many times. Yeah.
It's my first time seeing it. And I in the beginning, I was like, what is this? I didn't like it. And I started to just tune out. And then something
Lily von
shifted.
Stupp got you.
There was I think when Gene Wilder came on, I think there's something that shifted in my whole persona and my whole viewpoint on this movie. It was this is an incredible piece of artwork and an incredible way to really kind of put all of these things that are just so we can't say that word or and really put that in the front, and you really had to dance with it whether you liked it or not. This is the movie, and you were either invested in it or not. And we've all heard of all of these things before, right? I'm just curious on what your experience was seeing it back in the day. Was it celebrated? Was this a really was it really?
I mean, people love this movie, and they love the scene where the sheriff comes into town.
Yeah, oh my God. It was
and the bell. The drunks up there. The sheriff's.
It was just, you had so many ways of making fun of that, right? And everything was up for making fun of. As an Irish guy, there's a scene at the end where they're trying to get everyone to build the town, the fake town. And they're like, nope, we don't want any of these people in here. Well, if you want the town built, you're going to have to accept these people in here. Okay, the Chinese, which they didn't use that term.
Yeah.
And the blacks, they didn't use that term. But no Irish. No Irish. And I'm like,
the deal wasn't good enough. Yeah.
No Irish. And like, you got to accept
everybody. Because then after Irish would be Italians, and at least in New York City.
No, the Irish, I think the Irish were closer to the bottom of the barrel.
I mean, I know that.
Literally the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
And the story about the wagon train and how we weren't allowed to be in their raids, so we made our own circle, and they're just going in circles. And Mel Brooks is an Indian. It's so funny. But Lily von Stupp is probably my favorite. There's so many things that she says that are jokes between my mom and I, and lines we'll say. It's so funny.
There's so much in there, and Madeline Kahn played in several. She played in Young Frankenstein as well, but she was in a lot of the Mel Brooks movies. Yeah, and she always kind of played that vixen character in all of them. I think she was just having a ball doing it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, her outfits were incredible.
She likes iced tea too.
Yeah, she did like iced tea.
She's tired. Very tired.
I used to know every single word to that song. I could sing that song.
You should be her for Halloween. That'd be hot.
That would be hot.
And then I hadn't seen the whole
her.
thing in a while. I actually forgot the end of the movie where it goes into this big fight scene that goes all over the place.
Right. And the
gays are represented in the end of it.
Isn't that so nice that we had a little cameo? That was fun.
If you've ever sung in a choir,
you might be the last group that got offended in there.
We did. We got in there though. Yeah, when they were beating him up at the end. Yeah, it was great.
If you've ever sung in a choir, then you've had your choir director yell at you for not everyone ending the consonant at the right time,
Girl.
or not being crisp with your S's.
Like every time.
And so I would get scolded from the choir director about, or not me personally, but the choir would get scolded about our S's not being in line. And all I could hear is, it sounds like gas escaping from the movie.
I always got, my note was, who is that? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm flat enough key. I can't help it. I'm more of an actor.
And large, so you resonate.
I know, exactly.
I did figure out your favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
When he rides into town
Mm-hmm.
and he has Gucci saddlebags.
Yeah.
I was like, suddenly Davey wants Gucci saddlebags.
That's probably when I started really watching the movie. So I was like, okay, now you got my attention. Yes, that's so funny.
Well, and you mentioned Gene Wilder, because shortly after Gene Wilder comes on, they start getting high. So did that have something to do with influencing you, that the movie was suddenly good and had meaning to it?
No, because I mean, everyone usually gets high in movies these days, so that doesn't really shock me.
I think
was that a shocker back then? Maybe it was, because you guys, you would call it what, grass?
I was so naive, Davey. I think this is the first time I realized
You can't pull the wool over your
smoking
eyes.
pot. Listen, I'm the guy who came in after.
What did your parents think of this movie?
I don't think my parents went to the movie.
Oh, did they know about it?
They knew about it, but I don't think they went to
It took me probably about 20 years watching this movie before I realized they were smoking weed.
You have to understand, I watched 2 or 3 seasons of, what did that movie about the kids in Wisconsin in the 60s? Eric and Donna and...
Oh, that 70s show?
That 70s show.
Yeah.
Right? Before I realized, as they were going around the room,
smoking weed?
that they were smoking weed. I finally
and you were a full-grown adult with kids.
I'm like, hey, I think they're smoking weed.
What are your friends like? Like, Rusty didn't tell you? Nobody told
But like, so many things in this movie are things that are just said in my house. So my husband is a strong guy. And so it became a running joke in the house. Like, if there's something I couldn't open or something I couldn't, tighten enough, then I would hand it to my husband, but I'd tell him not to Mongo it, because like so many times he'll like crush it in his hands. And so like we had to put the baby mobile on, and he's like, honey, and I'm like, what happened? And he had like completely stripped it out. I'm like, did you Mongo the baby mobile? Like, it's our whole marriage.
Mongo.
And there's just things in this that are like things that my family, that my kids say, and they don't even know why yet. They'll learn eventually.
It is one of the more quoted movies. Yeah. A couple of observations too. I was very grateful that Alec Baldwin was not in any of the scenes.
No, he wasn't.
I was very happy that Alec Baldwin was not in the movie.
Right.
Because it's the safety of the other actors.
Yeah.
Right. So I was happy about that. And then at the very end, when Harvey Korman comes out with the white pie face, I got scared for a second. I was like, this is where Michael Myers started.
Oh.
It looked just like Michael Myers. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is where Halloween starts right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Some high guy from Hollywood watches, we can use that in another movie. So I was like, that's where that came from.
This is a great movie, though. I really enjoyed this one, because I really had to take I guess, and you're going to roll your eyes, but in college, I took a class on like cuss words and like really kind of learn that as like a writer.
Philosophy.
To like, yes, exactly. I know.
How old were you when you took this class?
I know, right?
How old were you when you took this class?
I would say it was creative writing class, and this was like a subclass off of it, and it was like talking about like the validity of when to use cuss words. Yeah. It was sort of like this emotional response that you're supposed to do with connect to your piece. So this was like that. I felt like I was back in that college course again, like learning about like the language. And for this to be in 1974, this was very scandalous.
Yes.
Yeah.
His movies were generally, I mean, the stuff that got into Young Frankenstein was very, very risque as well. And I'm still amazed. Like, I didn't know what the pot was in the movie, but the fact that you had to get to college to learn how to cuss, you definitely did not grow up in the
Learn when to use it appropriately.
My mother could have taught a master's and doctorate degree courses in that, especially if a tourist cut her off while driving us to school or home.
Yeah.
It was an art form. Oh. She was so good.
You should see my.
It's like, Mom, you can put them together in that order? I mean, I'm like, she's like, what are you doing? You're doing your homework in the backseat? No, I'm writing down what you're saying as you're driving. It's awesome.
For years, I thought my name was Damn It, David. I mean, you know.
So Bobby's in the comments mentioning the flatulence scene.
Yes.
And that was a scene that was the first time someone spoiled a scene for me because they oversold it. So my mom, she's finally agreed to let my brother and I watch Blazing Saddles for the first time.
How old?
And I was probably in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she's like, there's a scene in this movie that was so funny that like people couldn't hear the movie because they were laughing so hard when they saw it. And your dad and I laughed about this scene for weeks afterwards. It's so funny. And so
they built it up way too much for you.
Yeah, we had seen Spaceballs. So like we knew this was going to be something crazy. And then it was the fart scene around the campfire. And we were like, that's it? Like, we're so savvy. I mean, that's so pedestrian.
I mean, it depends on, like, if my dad had a fart joke, I could see him, like, rolling on the floor laughing, and I would laugh because he's laughing. Yeah. Sort of like that contagious kind of moment. But, yeah, I mean, fart jokes were big back then.
They still are.
Oh, my
God.
They still are. They haven't gone anywhere. They still are. Favorite Mel Brooks movie? I thought this one was much better than Spaceballs. I thought there were moments in Spaceballs, but I thought Spaceballs drugged the
this
bunch.
Is my absolute favorite.
I remember Spaceballs being better than it was when I rewatched it recently.
Have you watched Young Frankenstein?
No.
Okay, you homework. You got to watch Young Frankenstein.
I can do that. Now I'm obsessed because I thought that it was well written. Yeah. The story was captivating, and it really was an artistic piece. It really was well done. Yeah.
So my favorite movie is Princess Bride. So Carrie Elwes has a very special place in my heart. Hold on, I'm getting there. So I love Carrie Elwes. Well, Mel Brooks cast Robin Hood Men in Tights. Carrie Elwes is the Robin Hood. And so that was the one that came out when my brother and I had seen Spaceballs. We had seen Blazing Saddles. They hadn't shown us Young Frankenstein yet. So we knew who Mel Brooks was. And that was the new Mel Brooks movie that came out when we were like just seeing all of these movies. And so we were the ones that got to see it in the theater. And so that one, I've probably seen that movie like 50 times.
Really?
We had it on VHS.
Yeah.
And we had a conversion van that had a little TV VCR player.
I wish I could find a VHS player.
My parents loved to drive rather than fly, and we traveled a ton.
Same.
So like that was just one of them that was in the rotation in the conversion van, and also going to swim
Where did you sit in the van?
It depends. Like to watch the movie, I'd sit in the middle, and then if I wanted to take a nap, I'd go on the back bench.
Yeah.
So we'd like take
I was
turns.
backbench always.
But so Robin Hood Men in Tights has a special place in my heart as my number one Mel Brooks movie. And then Blazing Saddles is right after.
Blazing Saddles all the way for me. But I got to see Young Frankenstein.
You got to see Young Frankenstein. According to Bobby.
Oh, Bobby?
Richard Pryor was a co-writer of most of the risque dialogue.
100%.
Especially dealing with the N-word.
100%.
I can see that because Richard Pryor used the N-word every other word.
Yeah.
And he was one of the funniest comics of the time.
I listened to Richard Pryor growing up. Like I was in middle school driving swim practice, and like I know I had a senior in high school was like my person that was driving me, and like Angie would play Richard Pryor stand up all the time. I would just cry of laughter because I couldn't imagine somebody saying these horrible things, but it's like real. And when you hear that, it just
So a relative unknown was cast as the sheriff in Blazing Saddles.
Cleavon
Little got the job because Richard Pryor was on the writing team because he was the sheriff. This was written for him. Richard Pryor. And they wouldn't insure him because he was going through his addiction kind of spiral. Wow. And so they couldn't get him insured. And so he had to step away from the project, and they put Cleavon Little in his place. What an interesting fact. So it was supposed to be, Richard Pryor was supposed to be the sheriff. That's why he was on the writing team.
No way.
Yeah. Which Richard Pryor eventually goes back in another Mel Brooks movie, Silver Streak, with Gene Wilder. Was that Mel Brooks?
Was that?
That might not have been Mel Brooks.
I don't think so.
I don't think it was. Silver Streak, though, with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor was hilarious. It's another great movie from that time frame. Not as risque.
Directed by Arthur Hiller.
Yeah, but that was a great movie.
Colin Higgins wrote it.
I was thinking See No Evil, Hear No Evil. That's the one I was thinking of.
They don't make movies like that anymore.
No.
No, so you got to watch Young Frankenstein.
I will.
My favorite Richard Pryor movie is The Toy. Have you ever seen The Toy?
That didn't do much for me.
Well, I was a kid when I saw that movie, and so like I saw it from a different perspective.
I was already a teenager, and that was a boring movie. Give me Richard Pryor stand up. Don't make me watch The Toy. The Toy was like a watered down version.
I didn't know he was a stand-up
Richard Pryor
comedian.
being a sellout.
I didn't know he was a comedian when I saw that movie. I found out he was a comedian later, and then saw his stand up and was like, "How did they cast him in this movie?"
And Superman 3 was a complete waste of Richard Pryor's talents. Because he didn't get it. I mean, the real Richard Pryor would have cussed Superman.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For real.
Yes. I know.
Didn't Richard Pryor catch on fire? Kathy wants to know. I thought it was Michael Jackson.
Richard Pryor did catch on fire.
He set himself on fire.
Yes. He did set himself on fire.
Was he doing his own stunts?
No, I think it was with a pipe.
It was, I think it was getting high on something.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I don't know if it's cocaine or
why you gotta say no?
Whatever it was, but yeah, it did not do
for you. You would think it'd be talcum powder, but how naive you are. I can believe it. Can't believe you didn't know that was grass.
I did not know that was. I didn't.
You smell it when you went to a college party. It would smell skunky. What'd you do? Did you just leave? Obviously, yeah.
I thought people didn't take a shower.
You're so innocent.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We gotta clean up the Wheel of Destiny.
All right.
We do.
What's on the Wheel of Destiny that we want to get rid of?
Here we go, guys.
Oh my word.
And if you're in comments, you can plead your case.
Yes.
All right. So Dangerous Beauty is a historical drama. There's hookers in it. There's hookers in it, and we put it on for Barbara Jean because there's hookers.
Plenty of other movies in the sea.
There's naked and sex.
There's naked. Wait a minute, Davey. We can hold it for that. Troy might watch it.
Do you know the woman that Mel Gibson marries in Braveheart?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is a courtesan, which is a Venetian prostitute. Yeah. And so there's lots of naked. Okay.
Ew.
Aaron Brockovich is in it.
No.
Yeah, we can get rid of that.
No.
That was mine.
I think we've all seen Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah,
I haven't. I don't intend to.
Fritz,
it's so good. That's rude.
Fritz the cat.
No, I don't know what anything that's about.
Barbara Jean. Barbara Jean.
Enough with I can't.
No,
it gives me.
Open Range is a cartoon.
I don't like it.
Okay.
Wait, have you seen Open Range? It's not the movie you're thinking about that's a Western, Davey. It's a different one.
It's not Brokeback. Okay.
No, it's not Brokeback Mountain.
So Open Range, yay or nay?
All right, keep it.
Okay.
Open Range.
What about Dave? We added Dave because of the election stuff.
I'm over it all.
We're over the election.
Yeah.
Meatballs.
Meatball stays.
Enough. Really?
Have you seen Meatballs?
I feel like I have.
You have not. It's an 80s classic.
All right, I'm thinking
it's one of Bill Murray's best works.
Okay.
We are keeping Birdcage.
Yes.
I will keep Birdcage. I like that movie.
My House of Umbria. I don't even know what that
Don't even know what that is. I feel it's very itchy.
Okay. It's itchy.
I felt like I was going to throw up.
Let's see. All right. Artemisia?
Now, if we can't pronounce it, we're not watching.
Yep, I agree.
We're going Southern on this here review.
Spartacus. I mean,
I'm going to tell you the really good
if you
one.
could have your sexy, I want my Spartacus.
We can do Spartacus.
We can leave it, but I'm going to tell you the best Spartacus is on Stars.
Is it?
You got to go back. There's there's 3 or 4 seasons of Spartacus.
Okay.
The first season is great, and it is gritty.
Yeah.
It shows exactly what Roman life would have been like. It is bloody. It's gory. Because
Gladiator 2, not good.
Gladiator 2 was not good.
Yeah. It was not good.
No.
It was too convenient. It was not good.
The original actor in Spartacus died.
Denzel was good though.
The original actor in Spartacus, Andy something or other was his name. He's an Australian actor. He got testicle cancer.
Yes.
And he passed away. Oh. So they did a prequel, and then they came back and did a couple seasons afterwards. But it was the guy that picked
Spartacus 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll watch.
Yeah.
Spartacus is in History of the World Part 1. Do we want to continue with the Mel Brooks thing?
We've done 2 Mel Brooks.
It's a lot.
The only one we're leaving is Young Frankenstein on there.
We can save for later.
Right. Do you want to replace History of the World Part 1 with Young Frankenstein?
I don't. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Pelican Brief, take it off.
Bobby just wants us to watch the first few minutes of Vanishing Point.
All right. No Pelican Brief.
Point Break,
Lars
is that on
and
there?
The Real Girl.
What is it?
Lars and the Real Girl. I've seen that one.
This is Ryan Gosling and a sex toy? Is that what it is?
Yeah, take it out.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm out.
Yeah. It's kind of artsy fartsy. 12 o'clock high.
It's a great movie.
Are we watching 12 o'clock high?
You can leave that one on. That's a great movie.
The Big Chill, Kevin Costner's first movie.
Lame.
Let's get rid of that one.
Okay. The African Queen.
It was okay. It wasn't Humphrey's best work.
True.
All right. We're leaving on Troop Beverly Hills because I want you to watch it.
That was the whole point of this cleanup, too. He wanted that out of there. You just got usurped.
We've cleaned so many off.
You have no idea what you're into. It is a very good, joyful movie.
And you better watch the whole thing.
Is Sam in it? Because if Sam's not in it, I don't want to see it.
Sam
the Gentleman.
Sam from Cheers.
Oh.
His girlfriend's in it. If Sam's not in it, I don't want to see it.
I don't think he's in. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he's a mechanic.
Diane, whatever her name is.
Keaton? I don't know.
No.
The Gentleman.
Shelley Long. Yeah. Sorry. Diane was the name of the bar.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
The Gentleman.
That's a great movie.
Okay. Hidden Figures.
That's good. I could watch that again.
Tora.
No.
Let's get
I don't like the name.
Too repetitive?
All right.
Just 2 Toras would have been okay.
One Tora.
Just 2 would have been good.
Those who are watching and know what's coming next, put in the comments how fast you think they're going to veto this one. Steel Magnolias.
Yes.
No.
Drink the juice, Shelby.
No.
Oh.
Wait. If we get 2 votes for yes and 1 for no, do we get to keep it?
I think comments needs to be
I need some people commenting. Bobby, back me up on this.
Yeah,
no
put a 1 for watch it, put a 2 for no.
Jesus, you might as well make it a double feature and watch Bridges of Madison County at the same time.
That's ridiculous. That's horrible.
That's a horrible movie, but Steel Magnolias is a classic. Yes. While we're waiting for the comments, Boy in the Striped Pajamas. That's a heartbreaker. It's a Holocaust movie.
Oh, I'm tired of that. I need joy.
We need joy.
I'm a voter of.
Okay.
We should add. It's a mad world.
I've seen that.
Taking Chance. I don't know what that is.
How did you just like auto-populate this thing with movies that came along?
No, we took it out of the.
Apparently, these are what people added. We're almost done. Yeah. Okay.
You got 1. Keep Steel Magnolias. So now I'm down 3 to 1.
Taking Chance.
Taking Chance.
I don't know what it is. Take it out.
Let's get rid of that.
A Bridge Too Far.
It's obviously too far for me.
That's a great movie.
Are we keeping it?
It's a war movie, but it's a really good one.
Oh, God.
A Point of No Return.
Yes, Bridget Fonda.
All right.
So
Could
good.
you just say Bridget Fonda's Point of No Return?
Yeah, it should
I feel better about it being on the list.
That's where I fell in love with Nina Simone. That's a great movie.
Are we adding? It's a mad. I don't know how many mads.
I'm getting a lot of Keep Magnolias in comment. Thank you, Kathy.
A lot. It's Kathy and it's a lot.
Kathy counts. Her electoral college is a little stronger than a lot of other Nimrods in the comments.
Kathy's electoral college vote counts as a lot.
Yes, she can sway a vote.
Especially if nobody else is adding. It's a how many mads are it? It's a mad
world. Yep, 3 mads.
Okay.
That's a funny movie.
All right. So we have our wheel, our updated wheel. Are we ready to spin?
Yes.
I'm so nervous that it's going to be.
I hope it's true. Come on,
You just cleaned off so many movies that increase the chance.
I know. I'm fully aware, but there's a lot of stuff on there that is just no. No.
You got 12 o'clock high.
What do we got?
It's the naked movie.
Which one is it?
What is it?
Naked movie, Dangerous Beauty.
Dangerous Beauty.
I'm going to watch that before Darcy comes home. I'll be in trouble.
Oh, my goodness.
That's so funny.
Shut the door.
So, yeah. It's about a courtesan and a poetess. Oliver Platt's in it. They're so mad.
Oliver Platt's in it. Boy, of all the really strong masculine people I want to watch on TV, Oliver Platt.
Yeah,
Davey doesn't even want to watch Oliver Platt.
He's kind of a beta male a-hole in this movie.
So
I think I've seen this, but I'll see it again.
Where do you watch this at?
I'll pull it up.
What viewing platform?
Oh, good call.
I'll pull it.
Let's make sure it's a reasonably priced
I don't think
viewing
so.
platform.
$3.99 I'm seeing.
That's what I paid to watch Blazing Saddles
Me
today.
too.
All right.
Where to watch?
$3.99, Google Play, Apple TV, and YouTube.
Okay.
What is it?
It's the same as Blazing Saddles. $3.99 Apple TV, Google Play. Who does that? And YouTube.
Yeah.
So Apple TV for me.
I got to figure out if I have an account on it.
Where did you watch Prime?
Prime is the last one I watched. That's where I watched it last time.
Prime can do it. Dangerous Beauty on Prime. No. Oh, $11.29. You're not doing it. You got to buy it.
$11.29. Do I got to buy it?
You got to buy it.
Now I'm really going to get in trouble. Darcy's going to come home and say, who paid $11.29 for this?
A booby movie.
And then she's going to turn it on. And I'm going to go, well, Davey told me to watch it.
Oh, sure. Throw me under the bus.
I didn't didn't want to watch it, but Davey told me to watch it.
I might have it on DVD. You could borrow it.
Oh, just he has a DVD player.
No. I'm afraid.
Do you not have Apple TV? He went to the inauguration.
When Amanda tells me she's pulling something out of her DVD collection to get me to watch, that makes me nervous all by
That's
itself.
in my hurricane ready box. When I lose power, I have Devil Wears Prada, which I won't put you through. So good.
Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, you guys are killing
A
me.
Knight's Tale, Bobby. That is such a good movie. Yes.
I thought that was part of the list you read that day.
Nope. Knight's Tale
You
should
sure
be
that
on there.
wasn't
That's a
part of
good
the
one.
list you read
Heath
that day?
Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Okay. I really thought that was part of the list you read.
Nope.
Okay.
Steel Magnolia. Whew. Great one. Drink the juice, Shelby.
We're keeping it.
I just
right.
want to hit somebody. I want to hit somebody so bad. Here, hit this.
Do we have a guest tomorrow, or is it just Amanda and me tomorrow?
It's just Amanda and you tomorrow. We've moved chocolate and beyond for February 11th.
Woohoo.
We're doing a taste testing though. That'll be fun.
Oh, very excited about that.
Yes, I
Very,
said
very
you want to get on. You want to get on his show. You got to make it
And
interesting.
I'm not here next Tuesday.
Oh, see
I got the evening of planning and zoning that starts early afternoon and goes on until
That's
Nervous
right. The
Red,
month's
yeah.
almost over.
and on and on.
Golly,
Okay, am I
thank
adding-
God.
Am I adding?
Planning and zoning is like
Yes.
the 1960s version of Gone in 60 Seconds. It just never ends. You just never get to the end of that chase.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So harsh.
I know.
Thanks for
Alright.
doing what you do because we need you out there in
Well,
the trenches.
I appreciate that. Have fun tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm
I want to
excited.
hear all about the shout out.
It's going to be great. It's going to be hopefully. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's some influencers may not be more powerful than I am, so I may not get the shout out. But I know Kathy is pulling for me. Kathy, I'm going to marry the show tomorrow night.
I am 100% pulling for you. What do you have on your show tomorrow? The most watched show on this network.
Tomorrow,
I'm told.
we have the tearjerker because we have Fran Carlson from Ayla's Acres coming and talking about the fire and talking about how we can rally as a community. So I'm really excited about to at least get this up and out for her because, yeah, there's some animals. There's 2 donkeys and 4 horses, some dogs, some cats that are displaced. So they're just trying to find some fosters out there. But it was nice to see the community rally with some fundraising efforts too, because they really are. They're in some dire straits right now.
Okay. All right. Morning show is also on with a random group of people that show up in the morning.
Yes, if they show up.
If
God,
they
that's
show
so nice when they do.
All right. You guys have a great night. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.